The Sole F63 is a reasonably priced running treadmill with a sturdy build and an impressive lifetime warranty on the frame and motor. Welcome to treadmillreviews.com. I'm Kaylee, and today I'm happy to be reviewing the Sole F63 Treadmill. The F63 is Sole's most affordable treadmill, but that doesn't mean it doesn't perform as well as Sole's other treadmills. It does lose the premium smart features, but it remains a sturdy treadmill through all of your walks and runs. Forget subscription content. The Sole F63 Treadmill is for the low-tech user, with simple onboard programs and training. Runners and walkers who want a long-lasting, durable treadmill without paying a premium or subscribing to a monthly training service should check out the Sole F63 with me. If you want to learn more about treadmills and other home cardio equipment, like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you the latest information on these awesome products. If there are other products you would like to see us review, leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. The Sole F63 has a more traditional treadmill construction because of its slightly angled uprights and a crossbar for reinforcement. The design is tried and true and remains stable even during the hardest runs. The steel frame is really solid and creates a heavier deck than we have seen on other comparable treadmills. The Sole F63 is a folding treadmill, but it's not as easy to fold because of this heavier frame. There is a gas shock kick release arm beneath the deck that helps it lower to the ground smoothly once it's released from that upright position. The Sole F63 also has a very useful feature that happens to be one of my favorites: 4 transport wheels. You can just push the F63 around without having to tilt it onto 2 wheels like most folding treadmills. If you think you'll need to move your treadmill often, this is super helpful. Do keep in mind that it works better on hard surfaces than soft surfaces. The Sole F63 has a maximum speed of 12 miles per hour. The lowest speed is half a mile per hour, and it has a speed of 1 mile per hour when you first start up the treadmill. You get 15 levels of incline, but no decline. Running at a decline doesn't have the same aerobic benefits that uphill running has, but I do miss the feature on the F63. The running surface is 20 inches wide by 60 inches long, so you have plenty of room to run fast or tackle that incline without running out of room toward the back of the deck. And you really can run on this treadmill. It has a 3.0 horsepower motor, which is just what you need for running. The F63 is best for runners who are new to the sport or running low mileage. If you mainly train outdoors, the F63 could be a really good match. It's certainly a good option for sneaking your run in when the weather is bad. The F63 is also a great treadmill for walkers who want to train indoors daily. Walkers or runners who want a treadmill for an hour or more of daily training might want to consider the Sole F80 or F85, especially if they're sharing the treadmill with other members of their household. Sole generally covers most of its treadmills with a lifetime warranty on the motor and frame. We're happy to see that this holds true to the F63, the brand's entry-level treadmill. The deck, electronics, and parts are all covered by a warranty for 2 years. The labor is 1 year, and cosmetic issues are only covered for 90 days. The Sole F63 has a lot to offer for a treadmill priced well below $1,500. It's going to be a great fit for most walkers and runners unless you're looking for higher tech features, which we'll get more into what the F63 has to offer. With the Sole F63, you're saving money on a large touchscreen and subscription training features that you might not need. If you're the kind of walker or runner who thinks, I can handle my own training and don't need a treadmill to tell me what to do, and you have a perfectly good TV or tablet, the F63 is going to match your style of training really well and save you money in the process. The F63 has a 6.5-inch LCD screen. It's a little crowded because it packs all of the basic treadmill manual training screens all at once into that small screen. You have your metrics, a 400-meter track, and bar graphs to show your current progress and performance through a workout. It's a little overwhelming. Fortunately, the left side of the screen has large numbers for your total time, distance, and speed at a glance. This is something Sole could improve upon because it feels like the F63 screen is doing way too much at once. There are no touchscreen buttons, just physical buttons. They control the speed and incline and the treadmill settings. Getting a program set up is a bit more confusing than it should be because you have to use the speed and incline buttons to change the program settings instead of the program plus and minus buttons. It's a little unexpected, but not so difficult that you'll need to consult the treadmill manual to figure it out. You've got a device holder for your phone or tablet above the screen, and there's also one below the screen, so you have two different viewing options. The F63 might be a low-tech treadmill, but that doesn't mean you can't pop a training video or TV show onto your tablet and watch it while you're running. My favorite thing for a while now is to set my Kindle up, make the font really big, and read while I'm training. I like it so much that a device rack is pretty much mandatory for a treadmill for me. There's plenty of other storage too. So if you need to move your device out of sight or need to keep hydration and nutrition nearby, the cup holders on the console will really help. And you also have the large removable storage tray that sits on the top of the crossbar beneath the console. The fan is actually a lot better than the fan on the Sole F80 and F85, which are two of the more expensive machines. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best fan, but it provides a little airflow while you're training. The angle is all right and it's strong enough that it makes a difference. The Sole F63 does have Bluetooth speakers, so you can listen to music, entertainment, or training audio loudly. The treadmill will be labeled with a name that includes F63, but the speakers are actually only labeled as BT speakers or something similar. It's kind of confusing if you're trying to identify them for the first time, but they do work really well, so I'm pleased with the outcome. The Garmin watch connectivity is a bit limited on the Sole F63, but you can pair your Garmin Connect profile with the Sole Plus app. Unfortunately, instead of exporting your running data from Sole Plus, it goes the opposite way. You can send your Garmin data to the Sole Plus app. I think Sole has it a little backwards there with what runners want. We want Garmin to get our accurate treadmill data, but it's a step in the right direction. Lastly, there are heart rate monitors on the stability bar in front of the console. It's a comfortable place to rest your hands while walking or periodically check in while running. I prefer to use a Bluetooth heart rate monitor, which can pair with the F63 because it's more accurate. Either way, the F63 has you covered. The Sole F63 doesn't have any subscription content. Instead, for training, you can use one of the onboard programs. You have fat burn, cardio, strength, HIIT, heart rate zone training, and you can even set up 2 custom programs if you want. The programs are all customizable to how long you want them to run. The Sole F63 is really easy to jump on and go. I find myself training in manual mode most of the time I'm on a treadmill, and the F63 is a really good treadmill for this type of training. The really stable console lets you watch whatever content you want while walking or running. I logged up to 7-mile runs while I was testing the F63, so I feel really confident it can support longer runs as well as shorter sessions. Now I'm going to walk on the Sole F63 at 3 miles per hour, so you can hear how it performs and also see how it performs. The deck is a little bit narrower than what you'll find on Sole's other treadmills. It's only 20 inches wide versus 22 inches, but you're not going to notice that too much. I think most users shouldn't have any problem. And you can probably see that the deck looks slightly inclined, even though it's supposed to be at a flat grade right now. You don't really feel it too much, but you can definitely see it. I don't know if Sole chose to do this, maybe to mimic that 1% grade you're supposed to add to make running or walking feel more comfortable to training outdoors. But it's pretty minimal. It's definitely not an issue for walking or running. All right, let's kick things up to running at 7 miles per hour. The deck does feel a little bit firmer than what you're going to get from a Nordic track or a Proform treadmill. So So definitely more comparable to running outside and great if you're training for road races. All right, so I've brought it back down to a walk, and we're gonna take it up to that level 15 incline. You can hear just a little bit of noise with the incline, but it's pretty subtle. All right, so now I've reached the top of that level 15 incline. Those transitions are a little bit longer, the speed and incline transitions, than what you might find on other treadmills, so you might need to factor that into any interval workouts that you're doing. But overall, it performs really well, really great. The Sole F63 Treadmill is reasonably priced, works for running and walking, and doesn't require a monthly subscription or Wi-Fi connection. There's a lot to love about the F63, but it's also quite simple. It's what you need, a sturdy and durable treadmill, and it doesn't do too much to complicate that. You can feel really good about your purchase of the Sole F63 because the frame and motor are covered by lifetime warranties. The few hiccups I found on the F63, like the program navigation and a heavier deck, could be improved, but most users might not notice them at all. I really like what the F63 has to offer for daily walkers or runners who tend towards low, less frequent mileage on treadmills. Thanks so much for watching my review of the Sole F63 Treadmill. I have written a complete review on this treadmill, and you can find it on treadmillreviews.com, which will be linked in the description. We will also link the Sole F63 if you want to check out its current price. Buying a treadmill through this link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. Like and subscribe if you found this video helpful and want to see us cover more products in the future. We would also love to hear from you in the comments if you have questions or product suggestions for future videos. I'm Kaylee from treadmillreviews.com, and thanks again for watching.